Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. We got Bitcoin news, breaking, Bitcoin dumping. We got Kamala versus Trump, or Kamala versus Trump. We got some stuff to cover here. So I want to cover Bitcoin and charts, and then at the end I think I want to bring up some altcoins, just a couple, that I'm heavily paying attention to at the moment. So Bitcoin, like I've said, it has been in this high time frame parabola, following it to a T for a while. I think this has actually been very good. The fact that it actually has maintained such a bullish structure for so long here. Even though it's technically inside of this range still, it's been very good to see that, at least internally within the range, the structure definitely has formed very bullish. And again, this is not like on a 15-minute time frame or something. This is an 8-month span, which is more than enough time, for many people to be accumulating. And I'm talking about big whales, big institutions. So in my opinion, this is more so a general floor area right now than anything as far as for the future. Because I know a lot of people are worried that, we're actually going to end up tanking and dumping, even lower into bear market lows from here. Like, that's what I mean by a floor. I think there's too much money tied up in this, especially new people that have been adding from, again, institutions, BlackRock continuously adding in this entire range. I just think this is a general floor now for the future of what's coming in this market. Regardless of who gets in for presidency, regardless what happens, I'm going to pull up the previous two cycles. One was with the Democratic president, if I can talk today. One was with the Republican. Both times still at a bull run, and I still believe that we will see a bull run either way. But I think short term we're still going to be rocky here. And for me, I'm really thinking that this parabola here is going to be make or break. What I mean by that is, a lot of people are pricing in that if Trump gets in, we're just going to God candle to, literal Valhalla, which still, guys, don't just take, people's words that it's not just going to go up only. And if it does, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, I'm not going to be mad if I'm proven wrong on that, But, you do not expect just like, giga candles like that. Like, the couple days after. I mean, maybe we do. Maybe I'm just completely tripping out here. And we just see an incredible run literally from like mid-November on. But, I am expecting huge moves across the board at some point. And obviously the election's going to have volatility, but we'll see what happens, I do think that either way, we're still going to either have a correction and break this parabola here. Maybe we're going to attempt to break it or go up, fail, and then come down. The reason why I have this area here is on a high time frame. This is kind of a liquidity zone that I've been paying attention to. It's just a pretty generally wide area, on a daily time frame. For price, where if it was going to dump and come back down pretty hard, this would be a great floor area, I feel like, for price to kind of settle at, finally bounce at, consolidate, and then come back up and try to, run again. This would actually be very good structure as well. This is a common pattern, that I've seen, is you make a higher high, higher low, higher high. But a lot of times, there's actually a lot of liquidity underneath, the previous higher low, right? Because you have a lot of people that have entered here, and a lot of people when they enter too, they're, some people are very stingy with their stop losses, very small. Some of them have bigger stop losses, but a common thing, is when big players want to enter a market, they will literally manipulate price to go underneath where all these, retail orders are, take that liquidity and then just absolutely send it from here. Very common tactic in different markets, but probably crypto too. I think that's going to be a great area for price to hold. Worst case, we actually do continue to see downside, which personally right now I am expecting us to go down to around 64, 65. And at worst case, maybe if we have a nasty wick, down to 63. Maybe high 62s. I don't think we're gonna go much lower than that personally at all. I think from here, it's definitely gonna be choppy. But I think we're generally, until the election is concluded, I think we're gonna chop basically in this general area. Big box here, you can almost draw it. Price, worst case, is probably gonna bounce around here, go up. Best case, it just continues to trend right up. So outside of that, I want to pull up previous cycles when the elections took place, kind of just what happened. So we'll go back to 2020 when when Sleepy Joe was put into office here. I think it was, oh, what am I doing? I'm in January. So we got November. So I'm not going to do the exact day. I'll do like the 2-week span just so you guys can see the general volatility, what happened. So it is on a daily time frame. So there's not going to be intricate wicks and market structure you can see, but just from November on, what happened? We had a nice push until, a couple days before, the day of, the day after. Downside, and then we just continued to go up. It was literally just basic price discovery, and it was literally like such a minor pullback on that, which is kind of interesting. But that was when Democrats got in 2020. So that's actually, it's really good to see for the market, just in both cases here, because both times, we still just had a huge rally either way. And like I said, I still firmly believe either way we're going to have a nice run. But obviously the market's been shopping like crazy for 8 months, and everyone is getting impatient, including myself, with certain coins. So now let's go to the 2016. Let's see, I think it's somewhere right there. So 2016, same thing. Price, bottomed out, slow trend up. I kind of look at like the cycles before though, a little bit different. Specifically this one, because the entire market cap of crypto was so minuscule in compared to where it is now. Like you can almost think about this like, like your favorite altcoin charts, like in the top 50, top 10 altcoins. I think it would honestly be more relatable with how these charts move in a cycle than, trying to compare this cycle to the cycle we're currently in, because again, the market caps are way different than, from where it is here compared to now, right? There's just so much more money within the within Bitcoin right now. It's definitely a lot different, but still expect fairly similar structure to play out. So again, we'll do November. So this was the general area, and as you can see, really nothing happened in crypto, or at least for Bitcoin. Didn't look like too much happened. So like I said, guys, I think either way, we're still gonna run pretty well. The thing that I've really been thinking about though is, for some reason, if we do not end up running like crazy, even if we are delayed by a couple weeks because of volatility, I'm not too worried about that specifically, but I think if we do, for some reason, we get into, maybe very late November, even into early December, middle of December, and we still are not seeing, major pushes to the upside. Again, I'm not really expecting just God candles to just push this straight up here, but I think maybe we do get one more corrective structure before we start moving up. But for some reason, if we really aren't breaking new highs by the time December rolls out, especially if we're already in Christmas time, nothing's really happening, we're somehow still chopping here, I'm definitely going to be reevaluating a lot of this cycle. It's definitely going to be, basically still uncharted territory, being in the crypto market this in the year 2024 going into 2025, right? But definitely going to be interesting. But, for the current time being, which is what we're focused on, everything still looks fine, but I am expecting a little more downside, worst case. Still continuing to hold alts, holding a lot of meme coins, even though meme coins got rinsed today. Lots of them are down. But you know what? I play I play meme coins a lot like altcoins, or meme coins a lot like utility rather. You know, there's a lot of coins where if you know for a fact you believe in it, you know, you should just be slowly stacking, slowly accumulating into coins that you know are going to do well. Again, regardless if it's a meme or AI or an RWA or some random layer 1 or some, you know, it could be anything, right? I definitely recommend a coin in a very hype narrative for the cycle, but like you get what I'm saying. So like I said, I do want to cover just a couple alts here while I'm recording right now. You know, GraphLink is a coin I've actually been waiting literally since it broke in October. It broke structure here. This setup is actually looking very, very good. You know, I'd actually think we might come back into this range a little bit longer. Trend down in here a little. I think even around 5 cents to about 5.5, even 6 cents, because it's at 0.067. I think a little bit lower here is going to be a generational just entry for GraphLink here. You know, not financial advice, obviously. Please do your own research, looking into coins, but in my opinion, you know, GraphLink is a very strong AI slash, you know, it's like a no code, low code development tooling platform. You know, I'm a huge fan of that stuff. Overall, fundamentally very sound AI project. Still fairly low in market cap. The chart looks very good here. You know, in my personal opinion, this kind of works. Or not really works, but it fits every single little thing that I look for. Every checkbox that I look for a great long-term entry for the rest of the cycle. You know, and take that with a grain of salt, though. You know, whether not at this point, you know, I've been focusing a lot mainly on just aiming until we see the next leg up, and then evaluating the market once we are all the way at this next leg. Does not mean, you know, the next leg is going to take us to 140K Bitcoin. You know, I know a lot of people are calling for well over 100K, which, again, I don't know. My personal targets for Bitcoin are definitely going to be in between 90K to about 110K. That's been my, you know, my range of target, more so on the lower side of that, for a long time. You know, I would not expect Bitcoin to go, you know, any lower than that, at least if it's going to top out for the cycle. You know, I think if it doesn't even hit 85K, it's like, I really don't think it would even go, I wouldn't even consider that a full out, real huge price discovery type run, right? I mean, that's literally like just barely above all-time high, you know what I mean? But again, this market, anything can happen, guys, you know? But GraphLink, in my opinion, is a great, beautiful entry here. Again, keep in mind, though, like I said, there's definitely a chance this could come back into this range and bounce. But that is, you know, that is the point of this, you know, the way that I'm evaluating this is the lower it goes here, the better for an entry. Because again, we're gearing up for potential huge upside. Like there's everything, in my opinion, is going in favor for, you know, a lot of AI coins at the moment. But GraphLink, in my opinion, looks very, very good. I'm gonna bring up another meme coin. You know, Kobe is another one. It's about 7.5 million. So keep in mind, it is higher risk. It's definitely a low cap. But as far as for a meme coin, whoa. I think this has one of the most top tier, strongest communities for a low cap coin. You know, I do bring up, I feel like, a lot of coins on and off on the channel. But, you know, in Discord, you know, I talk about a lot of different coins. But, you know, I mainly have a chunk of a few, you know, my personal holdings, my full conviction. But, you know, Kobe's one that, you know, fits everything. Currently on a very nice dip, and I think even the lower it goes, the greater an entry would be. This is literally exactly how I think this chart's going to play out. But, you know, if you just kind of squeeze this together almost, because when I draw it, a lot of times I don't draw it, based in the time frame. Like, I don't expect this to chop sideways until like December 1st, Like, whatever the time frame is, I'm okay with, but I'm mainly just drawing for structure purposes rather than, time frame wise. But like I said, anything even lower, which again, I would not be surprised if it goes lower until it has a nice break, push, one more dip until it has a nice pump. Kobe is a newfound, incredibly high conviction meme coin on Solana right now. Again, I think it's very, very low in market cap, so still high risk. But I just wanted to show you guys some of this opportunity here. I just think these are great coins going forward. Just to prepare, be patient with. Maybe take a little risk. But overall, that's what I wanted to cover today. Just a couple things with that. Even checking Polymarket real quick. Polymarket. I don't want to say that it's like swayed or anything, but I mean it's definitely got to be somewhat swayed with just being a literal crypto platform for Donald and Kamala. In my opinion, it's it's incredibly hard to find any sort of completely unbiased information on the internet. So, and what I mean by that is, if you're looking for an actual unbiased election win, it's going to be very hard to even know. It's going to be hard to know exactly. But, Polymarket right now is kind of predicting Trump, which obviously would be very pro-crypto. But either way, guys, I do believe we're going to see massive runs across the board. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.